All right, good evening, everyone. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you type in a yes for me? And welcome to our weekly YouTube live. And very thankful that today we managed to start on time. And yeah, hi Susan, welcome. Hi Wee Ching or Phillips, welcome. And we have Hui Fang as well and Arnie as well. Good evening, everyone. Okay, before we start, please help to like and share this particular live on YouTube tonight. Please help me to like and share, share with anyone, your WhatsApp friends, on Facebook or anywhere. All right, and that would really help. And tonight we have a very powerful topic that we're going to talk about QiMen Destiny Universe, all right, Decoded, which means who you actually are according to your chart. And this will be a very fun topic tonight, and we'll take some time to talk about it. All right, so that is most amazing. Hi, Christina, good to see you as well. Good evening, everyone. All right, so if you can like and share, that'll be great, everyone. Help me to like and share. I'm very thankful. The truth is, I just landed back in Singapore. My flight's supposed to land at 8:45 p.m. And I'm wondering, should I do my YouTube live tonight at the Singapore Changi Airport? Because by the time I waited for the luggage, and from airport to my home is about 30 minutes, I might miss, the live or might be too late. And very thankfully, guess what? My flight arrived 30 minutes earlier. So I landed at 8:15. And by the time I got my luggage and everything, it was about 8:40. And I reached home about 9:05. Which is super lucky and almost like a miracle to me. And the best part is, I actually, looking at Grab app, because usually I use Grab app and I saw that the price back home is about $27. And I will reference that with Tada, which is another app. If you're in Singapore, you'll know what's Tada. So it was slightly cheaper, which is about $23.80. So I went for the Tada app, and amazingly, a Valfire arrived with a very cool number plate, which like with LED dancing lights. And also at the same time, it was a really cool ride. The driver is a really good driver. I have so much, fun riding that car back home and then just getting ready for the live tonight, just for you guys. And I believe it's because tonight I'm going to talk about something powerful, which is about your QiMen Destiny. Okay, and how many of you heard about QiMen before? Type in a 1 for me. How many have no idea what is QiMen itself? Type in a 2. Okay, so I can do a bit of introduction of what is QiMen Dunja, and then from there, I will be able to share with you the 10 superpower tonight. Okay, for the very first time, I'm going to go through one by one. So do take note about that. All right. So I have Hui Fang and I have FSS 2026. And of course, I have hi Irene, good to see you. And Wee Ching, which is Phillips. Okay, understanding. Arnie as well. Shalene, all right. Christina, right. Jeannie, I think. Christina. Okay, everybody knows what is QiMen. All right. So I'm just going to jump right into the QiMen Destiny chart. So first thing first, you do need your QiMen Destiny chart. If you don't know what is your Destiny Universe, my team member will give you the link right now. So I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to quickly go to the website and plot your chart, because that's the part we are going to do that. So my team member will give you the link. Or you can just go to royphay.com, which is my name, ROYPHAY.com. And then at the top of the menu, you'll be able to see plot chart over there. All right. If not, then my team member Crystal, she will be pasting the link for you to go to the website right away and give you 2 minutes to plot. Right. So that is something that is very, very amazing. And personally, I love QiMen, and I've been practicing QiMen coming to 10 years now, ever since the very first time I got in touch and came to know about this amazing Chinese metaphysics art. Till today, I'm still very thankful to the teacher and the master who, exposed me to QiMen, right? Because from there, it literally shifted my life, because one thing I truly love about QiMen is it allows you to elevate your personal energy. How many feel that at this moment of your life, maybe because of this year, the fire horse year, and maybe if you know about the fire goat year, you might feel that because of the yearly energy clashes you and you feel your energy is pretty low? How many feel that? Type in a me. All right, and that's for me, or for the last coming to 8-9 years now, I've been using QiMen on a very regular basis, and because I've been tapping into the 10 superpowers, that's why I managed to keep increasing my vibrational energy on a year basis. And that is something that I have been teaching my inner circle student for the last 6-7 years. And we have thousands of students who have seen manifesting their goals and also increase their vibrational energy. Okay, so I'm a huge believer in your own personal energy, because if your energy is strong and powerful and auspicious, then whatever the monthly energy, or even sometimes the feng shui 5-year low energy, or even the yearly energy comes in, it still affects you, but it doesn't affect you much. It's the same as someone with a strong immune system versus someone with a weak immune system. If they both go to a stadium, or go to a ballroom, or go to a place, and then there's a virus flu that's going around, the person with a stronger immune system will be kind of immune to the virus, and the antibodies inside the person's immune system could fight the virus and maybe feel nothing. Whereas the weak immune system person will probably catch a flu, had a fever, had a diarrhea, and things like that. So it's the same as our human energy. And the thing is, the human energy, we can't really feel it. We can't really see it. We can't really touch it, right? But the truth is, it is within us. And once you get in touch with it, slowly, in fact, you'll be more and more sensitive to energy. And that's what happened to me. When I first started, many years ago, I was not sensitive to energy at all. In fact, I was like a war, right? When someone actually wanted to really cheat me or scam me or lie to me, and I still thought that this person is the best person, right? Like really, this person is really a good person in my life, and I still thought it's my best friend, right? And I wasn't sensitive, and I wasn't sensitive to people, to energy, and anything around me. And after practicing QiMen for a few years, I start to get more and more in tune to the level now I can even sense people. When someone talk to me, and especially when I do one-to-one with students, I could really pinpoint many of the internal emotions. And by referencing their Bazi chart and QiMen chart, I could even pinpoint and give very specific solution to the person to help them to make the shift in their life. And that's how you get results. So I'm a huge believer in the results, because I'm a typical Singaporean. Very practical and very realistic. Okay, so I wish everyone would have your chart by now, So the first thing when I did my QiMen manifestation about 7-8 years ago, my energy back then was really, really low. So what I did was I tapped into my Destiny Universe and just request for increase in vibrational energy. That's it. I just want more energy because back then I was like doing 3 jobs. I was like working 18 hours a day. I was like working 7 days a week. I was just hustling because I was at the rock bottom of my life and I really want to make my life work, right? By making as much money as I can to pay off credit cards, to pay off many things and things like that. All right. Okay, so if you have plotted the 八字 and QiMen chart. So this is called the Destiny Alignment chart that we use for our weekend QiMen Manifestation Masterclass. All right, you should be able to see that under the Destiny Universe, there will be a specific name that you can look at into it. And then can you type for me in the chat which one belongs to you? All right, so we're going to go through all the 10s tonight. And of course, I can't go very, very detailed. I will touch on some of the key attributes of every Destiny universe. And then from there, if you want more details, can be in touch with us. And that's where we can provide you with more information and things like that. Or even just come and join my weekend masterclass. All right, cool. So if you could type in for me what is yours, that would be very cool because then from there, I can help you to understand what is yours. All right. So I have Nine Earth, I have Leader, I have Black Warrior. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone. Okay, come on. How about the rest? Okay, just share. Connector. Awesome, awesome. Okay, while you guys are typing, if you just join me, please remember to help me to like and share. Share with some of your awesome friends, or on your Facebook, on your Instagram, or even on YouTube. Share on your WhatsApp chat or Telegram chat, right? If you are sharing to group chats, please obey the rules because I know certain group chats don't allow like promotion and things like that. So I know you want to help me, but you must obey the rules of the group chat. But it's your personal friend or anything, that's more than happy, right? All right, how about the rest? Okay, I got a 9 divine, got another leader. So quite a number of leader. Oh, I got a fire phoenix. Awesome. Okay, gripping hook. All right, awesome. So I have quite a number of people tonight with all different superpowers. So let me tap into one by one with you. So as always, the first one I always like to talk about is the leader. Okay, the leader, as the name implies, it represents the leader of the rest of the 9 Destiny universe. Okay, and the attribute of the leader is benevolence, righteousness, having lots of wisdom, trustworthiness, and honesty. That is the leader. I have personally met friends in my life who is a high vibrational leader and a low vibrational leader. How many understand what I'm saying? Okay, it doesn't mean that you're a leader, you are set for the rest of your life. No, it doesn't mean that way. There's still different vibrational frequency. It's a little bit like if your health immune system, is it a high immune system or low immune system? So if your health immune system is not strong, what should you do? You should take care of your health, right? You should focus on your health, take more supplements, maybe sleep well, drink more water, and do some traditional Chinese medicine or something along that line. All right. But if your immune system is strong, then you can connect better or you can tap better into the leader. So if you are a strong leader, high vibrational energy, you will be the wise and wisdom, and you have the respect as a leader where many people around you will be looking at you. Okay, you'll be a very charismatic and a very powerful leader. And because you are a leader, that's where you can tap into the rest of the Destiny Universe very easily as well. However, if you are low vibrational leader, like a weak immune system, then you'll be very strict and selfish. Instead of being generous, you'll be very selfish or be lost in direction, can be very negative, and you tend to get a lot of people gossiping about you, and people might take advantage of you as well. So if you are a leader, do take note to increase your vibrational energy, because like I mentioned, I've met both. I have friends who is a low vibrational leader, and I've seen this friend, the kind of results and what this friend is going through in their life, going round and round and round, not getting nowhere. Whereas I've seen another leader keep growing and improving, year after year after year by using the right energy and the right alignment. Okay? So that is the leader. And the mission for the leader is, remember, is all about serving. You see, a leader is not how powerful you are, but the more you serve with a servant leadership mentality, the more powerful you become. Okay? So next is the mystical moon. So the mystical moon itself is, the key word is wisdom and information. And moon, just like the actual moon that we have in the universe, if you notice, if you look at the moon, it's never the same every single day. So the moon is constantly shifting. Sometimes you get the new moon, sometimes you get the full moon. All right. So moon itself have this very interesting energy that they tend to be a little bit secretive, right? Very quiet. And then, they tend to be a bit more emotional in some ways. Okay? So they are definitely a strategist. They are problem solvers. They are very creative. And they are a great worker. So same thing, if you are moon and you're high vibrational energy moon, that's where you can tap into the wisdom and downloads amazing creative ideas or creative solution, or you are far-sighted. You can be a very strong strategist, and you are very reliable as well for people around you. And that's provided you are high vibrational moon. The truth is, as a moon, it's not easy to have high vibrational energy, because like I mentioned, moon itself can be a bit moody and emotional, right? So if you are low vibrational and you are, according to your 八字, you have more water, which is Kui water even, right? If you are Kui water day master together with a moon, that shows that you will be a lot more emotional than most other mystical moon. All right? So then that could lead you to being very quiet, solitude, having a lot of fear, to the point that you are thinking a lot, that you can get down into depression. Okay, so for the moon, very importantly, is to really stop learning too much. Because the moon loves to learn. Instead of learning, and whatever you learn, you should start sharing to the next person. And in fact, the more you share, the more creativity you have as a mystical moon. Okay, so if you are the moon, do take note of this. Okay, I'm going to go for the next one. Right, next are 9 Earth. Okay, 9 Earth is one of my favorite because they are known as the master of resources. Okay, just imagine the Earth in the ancient days, 1,000 years ago, or even 2,000 years ago, when the ancient China didn't even invent like gold, ingot, or the silver coins. Those were the days they don't even have the currency or even precious metals. Who are the richest people on earth? Even in the English time, are all the landlords, right? People who own vast amount of land, farmland, empires, so that's why in the Roman time, even in the ancient China time, the king liked to conquer more and more lands, right? Because by having more lands, that represent you being wealthy. So in many ways, the nine earth got the connection with wealth. All right. And definitely because they are like the mother earth, so they're very compassionate. They have very strong intuition because they're connected to the earth energy as well. So nine earth generally they tend to live longer than others because they just have this amazing self-healing energy. So there are times when I know students who need some like physical health healing or emotional healing. That's where we get them to back face the nine earth superpower, and then to do a bit of like a cleansing meditation, to remove some of the internal, maybe can be virus, can be bad cells, or can be, certain emotional energy. And I've helped countless students, to let go a lot of the emotional trauma, emotional energy in their life. And that's where they become happier, they become more smiling, and things just move for them. All right. So that is the nine earth. So if you are strong vibrational energy earth, then that's where you'll be disciplined, you have the long-term vision. And if you have the low vibrational energy, then you will be subjected to the negative of nine earth, which is a bit more confused, withdrawn, very risk adverse. And the downside of nine earth is they are super, super, super slow. Why? Because just like the mountain, Himalayas mountain, right? How often do you see the mountain move? Literally never. They probably move like a couple of cm a year because of the earth moving, right? So that is the weakness of a nine earth. Yep. So nine earth, do remember, if you are one, tap into your high vibrational energy, your strength, and just take note of the weakness, right? And make sure you are strong in that sense. Okay, so we have done 3 so far. Just want to share quickly with you about this up and coming event that we have every year, which is called the Celestial Retreat 2026. So this is our 4th year running the Celestial Retreat. We first started in 2023, where it's still kind of a little bit like COVID, but I am like one of the very first trainer out there, who started the first retreat because a lot of people are still recovering from COVID. So I launched it the first year in 2026 in Bali, and then this is my 4th year. So it's my annual retreat where everybody comes to know what is the 2027 year going to be like. All right. So 2027 is a fire goat year, as you know. So first thing we will talk about how does the fire goat year energy comes in from the feng shui perspective, from Bazi perspective, from QiMen perspective, and I Ching. So from these 4 different Chinese metaphysics tools, right? And then according to your own personal Bazi, personal QiMen chart, feng shui chart, how is it going to influence you? So you would have a very clear understanding what is the energy for you for 2027 and what are the important timings, what are the important areas you should focus on, what are the dates you should rest instead of working. So you get to know your specific timing according to that. All right, so that's Forge Your Fire from 17 to 21st November. at Nusa Dua, Bali. So there's a special early surprise, or if you register by 27 September, we're going to give you a personalized gift, which I've never given in the last 4 years. So this is the very first time we have this very special gift. Very practical, very realistic. You can use it for the retreat, and even after the retreat, you still can use it for many, many years to come. I believe so, right? Because we do our best to get the best quality gift for you. And it's a very practical gift. I hope you love it. You can carry it with you everywhere you go. All right. So, in fact, we have many students already registered. So we're just, really want you to join us as well, for this special event. Okay. So next, we are going into the Nine Divine. Nine Divine is the next superpower. So as you know, Nine Divine is the master of visionary. They are representing foresight, vision, and also the having to see the trend and long-term view. Okay, so they have a strong, charismatic, energetic, and very passionate ability and energy. So same as the rest, if your nine divine is high vibration energy, so that's where you can manifest for the future. So whatever you see in the future, it will probably come true for you. And you'll be more productive, or you're definitely a leader, executor, and with very strong work ethics. Whereas if you are low in vibrational energy, which we have met quite a number of nine divine, who is that? You see, the reason of that is because nine divine is a very mind powered and mind focused destiny universe. So if you have a nine divine as your main destiny universe in your QiMen chart, it means that you think a lot in your life and you use your brain a lot. So when you do that, it's either you allow your brain to master you, or you are the master of your mind. Which one are you? If you are the slave and your mind is the master, that's where things will get into trouble, because then, as the saying goes, the mind is a terrible master, but a wonderful slave. So if you're nine divine, if you have strong mental power, you can control your mind, that is where your mind can work hard for you to do what you say and say what you do to get the results in life. All right, so if you are low in vibrational energy, that makes you having, strong mental issues, potential depression, withdrawn, negative, and probably stuck in your mindset because the fear allows you to overthink a lot of things. So that is where the nine divine is when it comes to this. All right. And next we have the six connector. I've seen one or two of you are six connector. So six connector itself is the master of relationship. Right? It's the master of relationship. Okay, so they are all about bring people together. They are all about, wanting harmony with people around. So they are very people-centric person. So they are joyful, they love peace, they love gathering, they are very warm, and they are definitely very approachable. All right, so high vibrational energy, six connector, which I've known people around me like that. Their strength is definitely the excellent communicator. They are very kind, very well-mannered. People just love them. They're just such a people person that everywhere they go, people just love them. And if you know people like that, typically they are just a six connector, just so good with people. They're just a people person, and they are great negotiator as well because they're so good at communication. And people just give in to them because people just love them. However, if you are low in vibrational energy for a six connector, that's where you'll be the opposite of being communication, and stuff like that. So you'll be introvert, you'll be very negative, you'll be moody, you'll be overthinking, and then you'll be, very, very concerned about people's comment, which means you get upset, you get triggered easily. because your heart is very soft, very sensitive. So if you generally feel that way, or then you have to check in, are you belonging to the high vibrational energy or low vibrational energy? Okay, so that is the sixth connector. Do take note of this because it's really, really important and it's very powerful for this itself. All right, so for the sixth connector. All right, so I've just finished the first five, and I'm going to continue one more, the sixth, and then I might get you to ask some questions. So along the way, you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat so I can, guide you through, in terms of that. Okay. So next one is soaring snake. So soaring snake is the master of the universe. In fact, everyone would have a snake in their QiMen chart. All right. So when I first learned QiMen, snake is just a very fun Destiny Universe. There are a lot of people is talking about it when you learn about QiMen, because it's the master of the environment. So you got to do with people use it to find car park lots. Like, there's a very, very busy mall and you just want to park at the main door of the mall. And then it's like almost impossible. And then you can tap into your soaring snake and, manifest for a car park lot exactly where it is. Or you're in a rush and then in a traffic jam and you need the snake to clear up the traffic for you, you can use it. Or it can actually, stop the rain, control the weather. That's what many people have done before. I've tried before as well. So that's the fun part of soaring snake. However, if your Destiny Universe is a snake, please don't be upset like, oh, that's all I can do. No, okay, because they are master of universe. So you could literally walk into a room, like a meeting room, like a boardroom, and even for me, the whole retreat, like for Celestial Retreat. So before the student comes in, I will set the room energy to be receptive, to be positive, to be uplifting, to be powerful, to be lots of love, So that's what I do whenever I run an event, because that's what I want for all my students to get benefited with the powerful energy, when I set the room itself. So the key strength is definitely they are a smart and sharp thinker, or they're very innovative and they're very street smart as a soaring snake. Like I said, they have very strong environmental sense. So personally, my main experience is to tap into the soaring snake and manifested my feng shui house, which is the one I'm currently staying now. I've been staying here for 6 years now, which is this feng shui house that got me, that shifted my life, and this is where a lot of things that start shifting in my life for the last 5 years or so, right? So when you start layering QiMen and feng shui and bazi together, that's where I see people start seeing results within 6 months, 1 year, 2 years of their life, almost shifting their destiny. However, is it hard work? Yeah, of course, there's work to be done, all right? It's not something going to come easy for you, but to me, it's very, very possible, all right? So the weakness of a soaring snake is they're very indecisive, very fickle-minded. They have some trust issue as well, and they tend to be self-sabotaging themselves because they somehow feel unworthy and can be emotional and dramatic as well. Right, so same thing. Remember the low vibrational energy and the high vibrational energy itself. Okay, cool. All right, so let me share a little bit more about the upcoming Celestial Retreat this year. One thing that we are doing is we are doing our powerful QiMen manifestation with the Celestial Star Walk. It might be the last time we are doing this Star Walk this year. I'm not sure we're going to do it again next year, but let's see. All right. However, to me, there's always an opportunity to do a Star Walk. I will grab it because it is a very good date, good time, and good direction. and tapping into the group energy with the environment energy, that's where you have a very high chance to say your command, to say your goals, and achieve it. And we have many, many, many students getting amazing results. And some of them even just purposefully just come for a Star Walk itself. All right, so that's something you might want to look into it. If you have not walked it before, do come and join us, right? And one thing very unique about my retreat for the last few years is I personally love to give pre-coaching. I'm someone who is a strong believer that I would like to get you prepared before investing your time, your money, and air ticket to fly all the way to Bali for a 5-day, 4-night event. So when you come, you will have some basic idea of what is QiMen, what is 八字, what is Feng Shui, and I'll get you to prepare your Feng Shui chart when you go for the event, because that's where I have time to show you exactly which part of your house need to take special note at. And learning your 八字 chart and learning your QiMen chart as well. Right, so we have 3 pre-coaching sessions. And after the 5-day, 4-night, we have one more post-coaching session as well. And not only that, I'm going to have brand new 八字 QiMen Feng Shui videos for you. So the moment you join us, or we have it all in the membership portal, so you can start watching them, you can get yourself prepared. And even if you want to do a one-to-one with me before you coming in, I'm more than happy to meet you, to talk to you more about 2027, to strategize with you before you even join us at the retreat. All right, so that's how I would love all the participants in the retreat to come with a dream and leave with actionable strategies. And thirdly, of course, every year I'll invite some very special VIP guests. This year I have 2. I might have the third one coming. Let's see if I can invite him. It's someone very, very, very special. He don't usually do public appearance like this. So let's see if I have the affinity to invite him. And by the way, the speakers I invite are not those like big international speaker, who own big stages, except for Ken Honda, of course, he's amazing. They are just like my very personal contacts who are all 7-figure, 8-figure, even 9-figure millionaires. Okay, you might see them as ordinary folks, but they are just like amazing people. Okay, and of course, I'll do this special FIRE sharing. So what is this FIRE? FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. So I'll share with you my journey, how I did it. Along the way, I'm not fired yet, just so you know. I'm planning and on my way to it. So I'm going to share with you how I did it along the way. We've been sharing for the last 2 years actually. Okay, so come and join us. And next we're going to talk about is the Black Warrior. So the Black Warrior itself is the one that we are focusing on this particular keyword of Black Warrior, which is the Master of Influence. They are extremely intelligent, adaptable, and they are definitely a strong mind influence for Black Warrior. So if you are strong and you are a high vibrational energy, which is like I mentioned, a strong immune system, Black Warrior, you are very empathetic. You can actually have an intuitive mind of understanding how the people is reading. You have great mind influence. You are strong intelligence. You are very determined and very flexible as well. All right, so that's Black Warrior, which is one of my favorite. I really like Black Warrior. However, if your mind is not strong, so Black Warrior and 9 Divine is similar in some ways because they are very mind focused and mind power focused, right? So if your mind is not strong, if your vibration energy is low, then you'll be absorbing all the negative emotion at the people around you. Right, so for example, you are in a public and someone who just have a very, very bad day, very down, or maybe have depression, you are unknowingly and unconsciously absorb the person's negative emotion. All right, and can be depressed, moody, confusion, or there's some bad reputation as well, and can be scheming in some ways, right? That's the downside of Black Warrior. So you see, I strongly believe that we human everyone has the good side and the dark side, right? And it's always a choice. Who do we want to be? If we allow our mind and our life, our 八字 to have the influence of the energy on us, then the truth is you won't be listening to me right now. You want to listen to me, you're investing your Saturday evening to, know about all this or study very heavily into Chinese metaphysics because you strongly believe you want to write and rewrite your destiny of life, just like me, which is what I did with my life, right? So if you want to do that, then we always have a choice. We can choose to increase our energy, or we can allow the craziness around us to pull us down, to make us unhappy, conduct our life with jealousy, with anger or gossip, and that shouldn't be the way, right? If you associate yourself with those energy, then naturally, no matter how good luck you are, you will actually ultimately get into a downward spiral and, get into bad lucks. So I still strongly believe in choices. I still believe in your personal decision, all right? And that's what only we human beings can do this. No other being on this earth can do it. Not the plants, not the animals, not my cat, not your dog. They don't have a conscious mind to choose. We have. And that's what makes us human powerful. So please choose, right? And choose wisely. And don't base your decision on fear. That's what most people are making decision based on. If you're making decision based on fear, then the outcome will be more fear-based. Okay? So next we have the fire phoenix. Also my favorite. In fact, all the 10 are my favorite. It's just that how you use it. It's a bit like your 10 fingers, right? You cannot say that I love my thumb, but I don't like my pinky, But if you know how to use them together, it's powerful. You can use 10 fingers together. It's super powerful, right? So that is the QiMen 10 Destiny Universe, right? So Fire Phoenix is the master of communication. They are very strong with their speech, highly persuasive. They are very witty, very sociable. So if you are a high vibrational Fire Phoenix, you will tend to probably love to coach people, love to be a speaker, a trainer, or love to talk. And if you notice, when you speak, people actually listen to you. Or you love to do sales, you are very persuasive, you are very intelligent. Okay? However, on the flip side, if you are Fire Phoenix and if you don't know how to control your speech, and you are low vibrational energy, or you didn't have a good heart to begin with, then you will start telling lies and you love to gossip, you'll be a hot temper, and you will use your speech to destroy relationship because you love to gossip among people. And I always strongly believe in what goes around comes around. So if you use your speech to spread rumors, spread gossip, just to hurt people, guess who get the most hurt at the end of the day? Of course, ourselves. Because what goes around comes around. All right, so you'll start seeing, because you plant the seeds of splitting people's relationship, you'll start seeing your own relationship having issue. Then we say like, Roy, no, I've seen this person who's a phoenix, go around talking rumors, but having amazing relationship. Yes, but seeds have not grown yet. It takes years for seeds to grow into a tree, right? So it takes time, right? So I personally have met quite a number of phoenix. They are really very charismatic. They are really very amazing. But if they are not cultivated, many a times it's not easy. It's not easy because the human problem is if we are not aware, we will not be able to influence our thinking. We are not able to influence our speech. We are not able to influence our action. And if you notice, some people just couldn't stop talking. And then they will just blah 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 as if they are so good and they just want to make themselves feel good. But if you understood this, someone with wisdom will understand empty vessel makes the most noise. So many a times I choose to be quiet. Because when you're quiet, especially in this fire horse year, you're silent. That's where you gather more power. All right? So just to my belief, all right? I might be wrong. All right, next, white tiger. Also my favorite. Every single one is my favorite. They are the master of energy. All right, they're very energetic, very focused, very strong will, and passionate. So if you need energy, that's where you can tap into the tiger, where they can rise above all challenges in life. They love to motivate, inspire. Never, never, never fight with the tiger for endurance. Okay, white tiger has long energy and strong energy, and before you passed out, the tiger will be still running. So if you like, for example, you want to challenge a tiger for a marathon, right? The tiger will outrun anybody. And that's what their energy is, right? Especially if they're strong energy tiger. One amazing thing about tiger is they're very loyal and they're very respectful. All right. Some people thought that, tiger is very angry and all the negative things, but they are very loyal and respectful. The weakness, if you are low in vibration energy, that's where you get the negative thinking or the hot temper, physical, like abusive. They could be the very negative ones. So just be careful. They can be depressed, impatient. They can be very harsh as well. So that is the downside of a tiger. However, if you could convert from a negative to a positive, then you'll be able to tap into the energy of the white tiger. All right. Next is the grappling hook, which is the final one that we have for tonight. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, or in the chat later, I would be answering a few questions. Today we have a bit of overrun. Okay, so let's see. Let me answer as many questions as possible. All right. All right, final one, grappling hook. This is the master of healing. So out of the 10, this one have the ability to heal other people. 9 Earth only can self-heal. Okay, they can't really heal other people. Whereas this one able to. Okay, only if you know how to. Okay, they're very idealistic, high expectation, and dreaming of fame. Okay, if you're high vibrational energy grappling hook, you tend to skew towards like metaphysics, or you love to do crystal healing, Reiki healing, energy healing, those kind of things. And you've ever thought about that, that might be an avenue for you to explore, because in this period 9, this is where this whole entire industry will, really have a big market, because more and more people are in tune with that. Most powerful thing about grappling hook is you can turn your past experiences into wisdom, which is very powerful. All right. So the downside about weakness about the grappling hook is they tend to be very self-centered, poor team player, selfish, lazy, and they are having their own individual moral compass, which is not the same from the rest of the world compass. So sometimes the way they think might be very different from the rest of the world. Okay, because they are just very individual, very negative. So that's the grappling hook, and that's the final one of the 10 for tonight. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions. I'll just probably stay here for a few minutes. All right, so finally, for those who you are interested in our celestial retreat, you don't have to make a decision tonight. You just need to sign up for the upcoming webinar, which is on 7th of August. I will be sharing a little bit, for about 90 minutes to tell you all the details about the retreat. And that's where you can make a decision to join us. And even along the way, you have any questions, feel free to private message me. Feel free to talk to my team member, Crystal, or you know where to find me. I'm pretty easy to find. All right, you can private message me on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, or leave a message, and just talk to any one of us. Crystal actually put in her personal contact as well, so you can private message her. More than happy. All right, so let me see if there's any questions. Okay, there's a few actually. Does the Destiny universe change during our lifetime, or does it stay the same throughout our life? Yes. So that's a very good question. The Destiny universe, the one that you see at the chart that you plotted here, because it is plotted according with your 八字, right, which is your date of birth and time of birth. So it's the same as your 八字. It stays with you for the rest of your life. So we managed to discover this is based on your date of birth and time of birth, and of course your gender. Right? So this 3 pieces of information created this thing called your 8 character, which is 八字. And based on your 八字, we actually created this whole QiMen Destiny chart itself. So that's how it stays with you for the rest of your life. Okay? So are the 10 superpower equally distributed? Or you mean within our chart? Or in fact, in our QiMen chart, there's only 8 available. You don't get all 10. 2 is on holiday, while the other 2 is working. So depending which part of the year you're born in, if you're born in the first half, then the first 2 will work, the other 2 will rest. If you're born on the second half, then the other 2 will, the first half one will take a holiday, while the second half will break, will work, right? So that's how it works. Okay, so how to train up our Destiny universe? Okay, Hui Fang asked this question. Very good. How we train up is we back face the direction. So you can see above the Destiny universe, there's a direction. So you back face your direction, and usually I'll get my students to just close your eyes, just breathe, slow, deep breath to calm yourself down, because the only way to tap into them, to connect with them, is through your alpha state of mind. And the only way to get us to an alpha state of mind is to sit and quiet. There are other ways, but I think that's the most effective and long-lasting ways, right? So that get you to alpha state, and then once you count from 36 to 1, that's what I do. In fact, if you go to my YouTube channels, I do have a very specific video to teach you how to even guide you through the whole QiMen manifestation from 36 to 1. All right, so you can follow that video, and then once you reach to 1, you just say the command. That is the best way to train up your Destiny universe. And ideally, you should do it daily. It's a little bit like building that relationship with your newfound girlfriend or boyfriend. Obviously, you want to text the person every day, right? You want to call the person every day, right? I mean, you can take a day off or 2 at times, but the more frequent you do it, the more stronger the relationship will be. Okay? It's like tapping into the energy. All right. How do you find out which one you are? Oh, hi, Catfish. Yeah, you are. How do you find? You have to click on the link and then go to royfay.com and then there's a plot chart. You can fill in your date of birth, your month, your year, month, day, and hour information, and then your gender. Then you can get this chart itself. Okay. What if we find characteristics as positive and negative in all of the universe? Oh, obviously, we are both positive and negative. You see, a high vibrational energy person doesn't mean this person don't have negative. Like for me, it doesn't mean that I have 0 negative now. It just means that I have more like maybe 80% positive, 20% negative. Whereas maybe 10, 15 years ago, when I was really, really, really in a downward spiral, I'm probably like 90% negative or 95% negative and 5% positive. You get what I'm trying to say? And especially in terms of your vibrational energy levels. In recent years, I found a way to measure our vibrational energy as well. So if you're interested, I'll probably have more events on doing that. It's called a BioWells machine, which we recently just had the Rite of Fire event, and we have so many people coming in, and they managed to test out the machine. So that is something that you can look into, right, to test your energy. Because, like I said, energy is something that you can't really see, you can't really touch, you can't really hear, you can't really taste. Then people is like, oh, there's no such thing as energy. So it's like gravity. You can't see, you can't touch, you can't smell. Does that mean gravity doesn't exist? Obviously gravity exists, right? So, but we can feel it, right? But the truth is, most people can't feel it. They'll say, oh, I can't feel anything. Just like me 10 years ago, right? So the way to do it is through some machine, right? Or we can do some energy tests, we can use a dowsing rod. Then we have this BioWell machine. All right, so is there any more question? I can answer maybe a couple more before we end tonight. And please join us for this upcoming webinar for our celestial retreat called Forge Your Fire. It's on 7th of August, 8 p.m. at Zoom webinar. This is our actual retreat dates this year. Celestial Retreat Forge Your Fire is 17 to 21st November in Nusa Dua, Bali. And if you join us before 27th September, we have a very special early bird surprise for you. Ship all the way to your doorstep. It's a very nice surprise. I personally love it. And I always love to give surprises to my students. For those who know, they know it. They actually always love what I give them. Yep, so... Alright, so if our daily QiMen manifestation goal did not manifest on that specific date, what should we do, Sylvia? Good question, thank you. So, if you doesn't really hit your goal by that date, usually I'll extend another 2 to 4 weeks. And also depending how big is your goal, is it realistic? The SMART goal, which I mentioned that a lot during my weekend masterclass. And if second time you still don't hit it, I will do it for the third time. So I will give myself 3 tries. However, just so you know, if you know my feng shui house manifestation goal, from the day I first manifest to the day I put $1,000 booking fee for my house, it just took me 17 days. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I have very, very, very strong desire to want my house because I've been homeless for years. All right, and despite all odds, I need my feng shui house. So that's why I got it in 17 days. Okay, all right. So I think there's another question. Is there any specific time or any timing is fine? Oh, to do the manifestation, or you can do any time of the day. So I usually like to say, just choose any time. Are you a morning person or a night person? And do that accordingly. Okay, cool. All right. So why when I manifest, my mind is so distracted? It is because that's why our mind is called monkey mind. Our mind works 24/7 non-stop, even when we are sleeping. So that's why we get dreams and nightmares. So the only way you have good peaceful nights, true happiness and inner peace, to be honest, is to control your mind. Why I can tell you this? Because I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I used to be so depressed, nightmares. The kind of nightmare is crazy. Like I'll jump out crying, I'll break out in cold sweat, those kind, right? And depression. To now, to be honest, I'm really, really happy for most days. I sleep really well in most nights. I literally don't have nightmare nowadays. It's like so rare. I probably have it once or twice over the last 5 years. Maybe once in the last 5 years. It's like so rare as compared to 10, 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I have it almost every month, every 2-3 months. The kind of frequency, so it's crazy. And the best results I can share is my face. I'm a strong believer in face reading, and you can see the aura, you can feel the person. So I usually share my photo, which I'm sure some of you have seen it. My 2013 photo versus now 2026 photo, the real Roy. And that's the best testimonial. Not just me, but many of my students as well. I mean, there are people out there calling me fake, calling me cheats, calling me scam, whatever, right? But I am just who I am, or this is my results. I'm just sharing. I mean, if you resonate with me, come. Let's enjoy life. I'll share with you as much as I know, what I know. If you think that, if you trust those people, then sure, then you can don't like me because I don't need everybody to like me. I just want to help as much as I can. Because the truth is, it is not easy when you suffer. And I've suffered in my life. And it's not fun. And it affects me or affect my family, it affect people around me. And I've seen family broke up, depressed, suicidal because of that. And over the years, I'm just very thankful. Now I have this little gift that I can help people. And all I just want to help people, right? Seriously. And that's all. Okay, so if you have the affinity, we want to do it together, let's do it, all right? And I strongly believe if today you become better, you just have to increase your income by 10%, 20%, or 30%. And you have better health, better relationship, and have more happiness and inner peace. And ultimately, the people who benefit the most is always your family. That one I guarantee. Because when I became better, to be honest, my parents became happier. My family became stronger. We start traveling together, including my in-laws. My friends around me are even better. And then that's where I know I'm not just planting a seeds in you and lighting up your fire inside your heart, but the whole family will start improving, and slowly the whole community, and hopefully a country. And that's how I see this world be a beautiful world if we all start doing that. That's me. All right. And this is Roy Phay. Once again, thank you so much for joining my live. I really wish that once again you can join me for Forge Your Fire, which I'll see you live again on 7th of August. And next week, same time, same channel on YouTube, Saturday, 9:30 GMT plus 8. This is Roy Phay once again. Thanks for joining me live. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.